Ladies and gentlemen, we have played some Elden Ring. My name is Globku. I'm here with Iron Rain again. How's it going, my man?
Very, very excited to talk about this game. Very excited.
We've been invited by Bandai Namco to play in the closed network test, which is what some people are going to have access to later. They're going to have access to the same build pretty much if they got an invitation. But yeah, we were able to play it for like 4 days. We have some gameplay to show, and we cannot show more than 30 minutes, which is why there's a clock up there. So when it hits the 30-minute mark, we'll start playing, and I'll skip ahead and I'll skip back just so you guys can see the most out of this game. But holy crap, this is one heck of a game! This is so good!
It is so good. It is so good. Granted, you have played this game way more than me, but my feeling is I cannot wait. I can only think about Elden Ring right now. I just want to play it. I just give me February. I want to play this game.
And I don't want to play any more betas. Like I feel like I want to explore the final thing, you know?
Yeah.
There were a couple of things that I found in this beta that were like, there's probably something here in the final game. Like I wish I discovered this later when I was playing the actual thing. But yeah, we're gonna see it all. We're gonna see combat system. We're gonna see open world exploration, and there is so much to do that I don't know. I don't think the world is ready. The world's probably not ready for this.
This is you know what they do with Souls games in general, and this is a new take. And to be honest, every time they try something new, it just seems to work. And I think this is gonna work so well for the type of game that it is.
Indeed. I'm gonna skip the menus. So they give you these pre-made builds. You chose the Bloody Wolf, so I chose not to go that route. Went instead for the Warrior here. And I would say these are probably not your starter builds. This is not how you're gonna start the game. Because I felt that I was pretty buff. Not damage-wise, but I did have a lot of health and stamina to the point that this is not a starter build. This is something extra.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can turn on the HUD on and off with triangle. Pretty simple. If you drop down here, there's a tutorial level, and if you go up to that door, there is the actual level. The actual world starts there when you open that door. So I went back and forth here a little bit. I opened the door, and then I went, I want a tutorial, so I went back.
Interesting. I did not do the tutorial because I didn't realize it was there.
Yeah, you just drop down here. Poof,
Fantastic.
take some damage, that's fine. It tells you how to use items right from the get-go. Alright, and there is the equivalent of a bonfire right there. So this is called Grace. It works just like a bonfire. It refills your, the equivalent of an Estus flask. It respawns the enemies, it restores your health, it does all that stuff. There's some extra things you can do here. For instance, you can distribute flask charges. So you have a flask that goes towards your spell, your mana, and your health, and you can choose how many you get of each. This is to learn spells. You can learn 3 spells at any time. I did learn some spells, but I didn't have a staff or a catalyst, so I couldn't really do much with it. Let's skip some of the menu stuff.
Yeah. So far it's sort of like if you played Souls. Especially the third one, this is sort of similar, even like assigning which flask you want, if you want the health one or the MP one. It's kind of the same as Dark Souls 3, learning magic as well. I think it's important to say that we play this on the PS5.
Yeah.
And man, I'm gonna say it out there, this game looks really good. And the impression that I got was that it didn't look this good.
Do you have that
awesome.
skill? That skill is awesome.
That is awesome. I don't have that. Oh, that shit was lit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna skip some parts of the tutorial. Ghost of Tsushima updated. I'm gonna skip some parts of the tutorial here. There's some dudes firing arrows at me. I can hear it. There's a ton of materials. Crafting is a big part of it. I'm not sure how big of a fan I am, but like you can go around collecting flowers like that, and then you craft items. Like those red flowers right there, you can go craft them. And I'm trying to find the arrow guy. He's up there, so it's fine.
So we are both not a fan of crafting in general.
Yeah.
But I think that being a Souls game, I don't think it's going to be that important in general. So this is going to be a thing that is present in the game.
I don't know about that, dude. Like, even to make just fire bombs, I felt like I wasn't finding any fire bombs, but I was finding a ton of materials to craft them. And the motherfucker with the arrows, he dropped down. Like, not a fan. Let's go back, slice and dice. Beautiful.
Didn't like that.
Didn't like that. And now let's see if this is a real Souls game. Just keep strafing. Just keep strafing. Just keep strafing. There you go. It's a Souls game. It's a Souls game. Confirmed. Confirmed it's a Souls game.
Backstab, he's dead. All right. So yeah, on the subject of, you know, crafting, I don't use a lot of items, and this could be very personal. This could be a very personal bias, but I don't use a lot of items in Souls, Bloodborne in general. So crafting for me is super like a side activity that I that will be able to do, and I will probably do because I want to get all the achievements or trophies or whatever.
Right.
But like, it is definitely a side thing for me because I don't usually use items. I have my weapons, and I don't use augments. I don't usually do that stuff because I always think of it as it is a consumable. So if I don't get the boss fight right now,
I think we have a new mechanic here, and this is absolutely busted. Let me see if we get it, if this is the moment. So it's something you can do after blocking. Okay, it's talking about skills. I already used the skill, which is that wind thing. Okay, I tried parrying, it didn't work. There's a new block ability. I'm skipping forward. Crouching, a lot of stealth in this game. This game is a lot more Sekiro than I was expecting. There's a jump button. There's a jump button. Like, in that regard, that's what feels the most different from any Souls games, is a lot of stealth. There's a jump button, which puts some emphasis on jumping attacks, too. And I didn't find any during the beta, but I bet there will be attacks that you dodge by jumping instead of rolling. I bet that will be the case.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. It felt a bit weird at the beginning, like, oh my god, we have crouching now. Jumping, not so much for some reason.
Okay, here it is. No? Oh, jumping attack. Attack while jumping. So, okay. The charge attack and the jumping attack sometimes can break the enemy's stance. Like that. And you can go for a repulse right away. So that's new.
Yeah. Yeah, because now, obviously, you can jump. Which would be needed. It's going to play a big part on whether you're going for stealth, going around the dungeons. Like, there's a lot of ways you can approach a dungeon. It seems. Yeah. I didn't get to try it myself. But
we'll see some of that stuff. So that statue over there, you don't just respawn on the grace spots. You can also respawn near a statue. So. Sometimes you can even choose respawn at the last grace spot or respawn at the thing. So when you block an attack, just blocking, not timed or anything. If you just block an attack and hit the heavy attack, it does this counter attack thing, and it's so powerful. It's so strong. It breaks an enemy's poise. There you go. First boss in the game, easy, 3 attacks. But yeah, just blocking and hitting R2 afterwards, it is so good. And I think that's the end of the tutorial area. Yeah,
should have done tutorial for sure. These areas that you just shown me that I didn't know so far, they just look beautiful. Like this game, and again, we have been watching videos through YouTube compression, and even this one that you're watching now might not look as good as it should. But I assure you, this game looks really good.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. It really does. Someone's asking about difficulty in this game. I'm glad you asked. So, someone said this was a secret wall. It's a liar ahead. Yeah, the one ahead said it was a secret passage. Message system still in the game. And we take an elevator up, and this is when we find ourselves walking out into the open world for the first time.
Yeah, and let's talk difficulty, I guess.
So imagine you skip the tutorial. And you come out into the open world for the first time, and I bet some lore channels are gonna have some stuff on dialogue. So I'm gonna skip the dialogue with this guy and lore. There will be places to find that. By the way, on Friday, the restrictions lift a little bit, so people can show a lot more gameplay, and that's when I think a lot of this lore stuff will come into play. So imagine you skip the tutorial and you come into the open world right away. I exhausted the dialogue options. I took a lap. These guys are just here. You can just kill animals that are non-aggressive.
Why?
I wanted to see if it was possible. And they actually have meat and materials for crafting. I took a lap.
Oh.
I looked at the environment like Rene does.
Yeah. Okay. and honestly, it's looking good.
Yeah,
It's looking good. It's looking full. I want to explore everything.
Well,
I want to.
yeah, it's not looking full actually, but that's part of the design that I like because a lot of this world just looks empty. But it's so cool once you start exploring because if you see even one enemy in the distance, there's a reason for that enemy to be there, and there's usually something for you to discover there. So there's almost a Breath of the Wild-ish kind of design to this, where like it's very empty, but that just makes everything pop out even more. So you skip the tutorial back to our hypothetical scenario. Skip the tutorial, come out into the open world. This is the first enemy. This is the first enemy you run into. The game goes, fuck you, boss fights.
Yeah. And my experience was this. I came out here, I saw a boss, I realized, okay, I'm way under leveled for this guy. I'm gonna beat him. So I spent 1 hour fighting this guy.
I fought this guy for 1 hour too. And I looked at him and I said, horse? Oh, no problem. Like, we'll just go around the horse and stab him from the back, that's fine. Some jumping attacks, because I heard that's good. And yeah, this is the most agile horse I've ever seen in the history of video games.
Dude, this boss fight I found to be fantastic. Which this is definitely not a boss fight. This is probably
it is 100% a boss fight.
I'm gonna throw it out there. This is gonna be a very common enemy by the end of the game.
Doubt.
I'm pretty sure of it. But for now, yes, even the bar shows up as a boss fight, right?
Yeah.
I love this boss fight alone as movesets, maybe because of the yours, I don't know, but as movesets that are already very different from any the Souls games. The moveset is unpredictable. Yes, you are very under level for this. So usually you have sort of a fixed timing for the attacks. This boss fight, yeah, he delays his attacks.
You see how long this video is? This is all this boss fight. This whole thing is on this boss fight.
Wait.
this whole thing. So I'm gonna skip ahead to another try. So I've been fighting this guy for about an hour now. If someone had any doubts about the difficulty, well, there you go. There you go.
So we are fighting him in such a different way. I am always leaning towards his right side.
Oh, I don't like his shield moves. His shield moves to me are harder to dodge, and I feel like he does a lot of unsafe stuff with a spear sometimes. Like this second one, this one. Oh, it's a perfect punish. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, I found that you could also punish that, but yes, the shield attacks, and that is what I mean. The shield attacks are very hard to dodge like that. Hitbox is crazy on that one, and like the timing is different. The activation is similar. The timing is different. He delays some attacks. Like the whole moveset just for this enemy alone was awesome. I love this fight so much.
Look at how agile that horse is. It did a 360 spin, and as you can see, like the time of day changes. It's not like the time of day is fixed per area. That is bullshit right there. That is bull. I'm gonna rewind. What is this hitbox? Come on, Souls. So this game has the same stuff, the same problems that Souls always had. This game keeps those, which is busted hitboxes, occasional camera weirdness, and stuff like that. But it's not worse than any of the previous Souls. So if you like them, you're gonna like this one too.
And look at this, raining as well.
Yeah, now it's raining, the weather changes, the time of day changes. It all changes dynamically. It's not like previous Souls games where it had like each area had its own vibe and weather and all that stuff.
So from my experience, every time I died to this boss, the weather changed. Not the weather, the time of day, sometimes the weather too. Was that the same for you?
Yeah, probably. I will say though that you can also skip time in any of the graces. So if you prefer a specific time of day, you can just do that. I didn't see anything that was like time of day specific. I'm out of mana here, so I couldn't punish there, but so I'm gonna drink some mana. Mana. It's not called mana, it's skill points or something. Okay, shield move. We're
Can you
getting
hear
things done.
someone cutting the grass outside? Because that's
No.
that is happening. Okay, thank God.
Oh! I think this is it. I think I'm doing this with this health. I think this is the attempt.
Oh, this is it for you? Because this was the same for me. That's what happened. I was bleeding.
Yeah, but I had so because I drank the mana potion, I can do these long range punishes. That thing almost killed me.
Oh, that was risky.
Yeah,
that was risky.
So this is one heck of a welcome to Elden Ring. But you get this, which is a special ability for your. I'm so happy. Get this, which is a special ability for your shield. You can change the special abilities for your weapons on any grace spot. And from here I started doing some exploring, and this is when the game really clicked for me. So the main path is go ahead, go to the church, and we'll go to the church, but I did some side exploring. Didn't find much, just some collectibles here, some crafting materials. I look at the distance and I'm like, okay, I can really go off the main path. So let's maybe not do it, because I want a horse. I know there's a horse that I can use to explore, so let's maybe get that. These guys show up. They're not that big of a deal. They don't know how to deal with this level terrain here.
So when I said earlier about the game being so full, yes, you don't see a lot of enemies.
This is important. Sometimes you defeat a group of enemies and it restores your flasks, your health flasks. So you don't always need to go and return to a grace spot. That is such a good quality of life feature.
Oh, and by the way, I think that you don't waste stamina while exploring, right?
Yeah, you can sprint all you want.
Yeah, so that was also another fantastic thing for me. Like very well thought. You do lose stamina when fighting, but not when running around and exploring, and that is fantastic. It's just gonna be awesome for just running around.
Yeah. There's fast travel when outside of combat. This guy is a vendor, and that smith is where you can craft stuff. So upgrading your weapons and such. I'm gonna skip most of this. I did buy a lot of it, and you'll see some of it in action, but you buy these things to learn how to craft some stuff. You can also buy weapons, and those spectral things up there, that is a spell that I will definitely use, and hopefully we have enough time to show it, because oh my god, the time is just flying by. I want to show some exploration stuff though. So I went off the beaten path here, towards one of the shores. Oh, there's a big guy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there's a big guy. I have a new bow, so let me... ooh, wrong arrow. Let me just... Oh, cool. Oh, that does a lot of damage, doesn't it? Alright.
How is this not a boss fight? Right?
This is not a boss fight. This guy was giving me materials to level up my weapons, and I could come here every time I died to farm one more. It did take a long time to beat him, but you could do it. You just farm materials to level up weapons here.
And this is the crazy thing about this game being open world, is that you could do that in previous games, where you could find a path that wasn't necessarily the next one you should take. But I think this just opens up a whole lot of possibilities when it comes to going to wrong places at wrong times.
And I really like how this guy handles terrain, because we're not fighting on even terrain, but look at how well he is adapting to all of that. I'm trying to find a new location to fight in, because like that's a bit too rough of a terrain for me. And the guy follows me, and I find out that I can target the legs. It's cool.
Oh, I didn't... do we have limb damage?
So I didn't take any of his limbs or like stun him in any way. It's just easier to aim for that, I guess. Oof.
Oh, okay. Because for me, it was one of the best things about Bloodborne during boss fights. Like, the limb damage for big bosses was a really nice mechanic. Hopefully, it also has that.
I know Rin is yelling at the screen right now because I'm not dodging into the boss and then dodging away.
That's a crotch, by the way.
That is a crotch.
Beautiful.
I think this is when he pulls his sword out. Yeah. Not a boss fight, by the way. This guy has all of this moveset, and he's not a boss fight. He's actually... I found another one of these. It's not the only one.
Second phase. No
Second
boss
phase
fight,
of
guys.
this normal guy. Stop! Please!
And you see,
Boom.
again,
Boom.
as I was saying, the world...
I spent another hour on this guy!
Oh, you did?
Yes! I spent another hour on this guy.
Wait. But you said you could farm this guy for items. Did you do it multiple times?
Yeah, but
Or
after
was-
I beat him once, I was able to do it easier
Okay,
later.
okay,
But
okay.
like, I spent an hour on this guy. You've seen his moveset at this point. But yeah.
The thing is, like, you look everywhere and there's
Camera.
always, even if you don't see anything specific, you want to go there. You want to explore because there's some bit of like terrain or building that you want to go, and you don't see necessarily anyone there, but you want to go there. You know there's something there to explore. And this beach, for example, is it's just a very good example. I want to go there. Did you see any enemies there? Maybe one or two. I don't know if there's anything there, but I want to go there. I
There
wanna
is something there. Oh, there is something. And that's the thing. The game always rewards your exploration like that. There is always something there. Okay, I finally defeat this guy. Alright, and because it gave me a smithing stone shard, I'm gonna upgrade my sword, and I'm gonna take a break because it was too long. Next video. Oh, no, I guess we still do this here. Okay. So, we defeat that guy, we go upgrade the sword.
Did you enchant your weapon in any way?
No. So there was a cave here. What? There's a cave here? The Grove Side Cave. Wait, this is not... Is this the same video? Oh, okay, no. I skipped ahead. Okay, so I upgrade my sword, I go back, I skip this guy now. But just look at the stuff that's on this beach. Okay, I'm gonna kill him again. I think I killed him twice here. Upgrade the sword. No, I guess I... What? Okay, this is out of order. I thought... Never mind. I got it. So this is what happened. Kill this guy. Explore the beach. Trying to tell a story here. Okay, look at that shining thing in the distance. There's a thing there on the right. I still don't know what that is. This beach has some enemies. These guys take really low damage. I tried it later. I don't try it now. I don't know what the reward is for killing them, but they look super unique and they can tank some damage. There's a little turtle. Hi, turtle. And then I kept going this way, and I saw these monkey-like creatures, this caveman, walking in circles like a caveman does. Okay. They're yelling.
This game's ridiculous.
And it's just
Seems so
four
beautiful.
guys, right? It's just four guys in the distance. The world is empty, but you see these four guys, and it's like, there's something here. There's something here. There's got to be something here. Why would these guys be here?
And again, that plays to my point. This game, it looks empty, but you don't feel it because you see that you can explore these areas. You see every bit of area is different, and you see that you know you're gonna get rewarded when you go there.
Exactly.
And that's what's amazing about this. It's sort of like a Breath of the Wild vibe to it, which Breath of the Wild doesn't have many enemies in the world. You don't see a lot of stuff.
So there's a
but
cave
you know
ahead of
there's-
me. I did not go there yet, by the way. I don't know what's ahead of that cave. But there's a cave here. And there are a ton of caves like this spread throughout the world. A ton of caves like this. Now, what does this cave have? You will see what it has, and then imagine multiplied by, I don't know, 100. Because just in this first area, I found like 5 of them. Okay, so I think here we find Grace, and I stop playing. This is where I took my break. No, my bad. My bad. I didn't stop playing there. Okay, Grace. And let's see what this cave holds. Oh. Stealth. Backstab. You tried parrying without the shield. So parrying is a special skill. Each weapon has a different special skill when you hit L2. So for the dual wield weapons, for instance, it is the wind stuff. By the way, did you see that frame drop? That is the one thing that I hope this game fixes. Because it has just some random ass frame drops and they are severe. So as you can see, the game runs smooth, but once in a while it will just stop and skip a few frames ahead. And in the middle of a boss fight, that is very frustrating. I'm seeing like, can I attack with it? Oh, you can. Okay. I want to see what the torch does. Just kill this guy. 1v1 me. Torch! Oh, that deals damage. Cool. There's some moss, which is another crafting material. Is it 60 FPS on PS5? Yeah. There's a performance mode and a beautiful mode, I guess. I played on performance. I tried blocking there. I forgot I had the torch. Random backstab. I'll take it. Raise the torch for lighting. 2 more guys and then a room. Alright. Tried sneaking. Fail. We gotta get out. I was checking if they were afraid of the lights, like some enemies in Souls, but they are apparently not. This guy deals some damage. How's the combat system? Is it stamina based again, or is there like a poise mechanic? So you can break poise, sort of, in some enemies. There's no meter that you can see, but some of your attacks, like the charged attack and the jumping attack and the counter attack, they all break poise. So I come into this room. There's some dudes. Okay, there's a lot of dudes. There's a bigger dude. Just get our 2 swords ready. And let's see what's happening. When they see you, they start walking slowly towards you like this, but you haven't been detected yet. You can run away and go into stealth. Turns out this is a boss fight. Random ass cave in the middle of nowhere. Turns out this is a boss fight. I didn't spend an hour on this guy, but I spent a lot of time.
Wow. This is so Bloodborne, this boss fight.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I didn't see this either.
What I discovered is that you can stealth here. So you can clear some of the enemies before you even start the encounter. So for instance, stealthing. Backstab. Ah, motherfucker. There's a guy right there. So I basically killed 2 dudes, and with this one 3 dudes before I started the encounter, and the encounter went a lot better. I still didn't kill them here, but the encounter went a lot better. Because this guy's moveset is so erratic. And it was taking me a while to figure it out. Like, if you get hit, you can't dodge right away because he delays all of his buttons. But he takes a lot of damage, though.
And that's the cool thing about this game. The movesets are so different from anything else that I've seen in a Souls game. They're a mix of Sekiro, Bloodborne, Souls, and it's just fantastic because you never know what you're expecting.
There's a second one.
You definitely feel they did not take shortcuts in terms of design, and I love it.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time, so let's try to make it to the kill attempt. Let's try to make it to the kill attempt. I'll watch the full thing.
The mechanic I was talking about was Ashes of War. That's what I meant by if you changed any of your weapons.
Oh yeah. I mean, I unlocked the skill that I already had, the Stormblade. I did change it on the shield. Instead of parry, I got the Holy Field, which is a field that heals you. But I didn't use it much now.
So, but from what I get is like you can
see that frame
change.
Drop? Oh, that's the one thing they need to fix. It really is.
It's very like it happens. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it really does go down. So from what I understood, you can change the affinity of your weapon anytime. Like it's not like you lock the affinity.
Yeah.
So you can just change it to thunder. For me, it was thunder or
anytime
regular.
you're in Grace, I guess. Like you got to visit a Grace spot for that.
Exactly. For me, it's like I changed it to thunder, and then I changed it back just to see if I was doing more damage or not to the horse guy. I was not, so I changed it back to thunder, and that was it. Like you can probably change your affinity throughout the whole game as many times as you want, which is great.
Yeah.
You don't stick to an affinity.
So this guy staggered pretty well, which is what I found. But after he gets hit by an attack, he usually takes a step back. So if I'm waiting for that back step, I can keep staggering him over and over. But of course, like I'm dealing with multiple enemies at the same time. That's where the difficulty comes in. But going in stealth at the start and getting rid of a few enemies definitely helps. So right there, I staggered him twice.
By the way, this is obviously a hard game because it is a Souls game.
There you go,
but
one.
This is also a Souls game, which means you can use your shield. Your shield is very... Globke is not using here, but like you can block a lot with the shield. Like
this guy. So for some reason, the second boss, did not aggro here. So I had a much easier time this attempt. Yeah, it just didn't come up. So I was able to stealth again, and there it is. There's the second guy, and I'm gonna try to backstab this one.
We have 20 seconds.
Okay, and then I kill him. And then I kill him, and then I keep going, and there's a little bit more.
And it's beautiful.
And I'm on the island on the other side of the beach. That's how you access this island. It's so cool! And in this island, okay,
we're done.
There's a church. There's a church with a bunch of decapitated dragons, and nothing happens. So this is the thing where I'm like, this is probably a beta, and we don't really know what happens here in the final game. But there's probably some lore. Can I show screenshots? Like this big ass dragon?
No.
Okay, we're done. 30 minutes are up. 30 minutes are up.
I'm sorry.
So I'm just gonna put the title screen here and questions. Yeah, let's close this out with some questions. I want to see more of this, and I have seen more of this. I wish I had time to show you guys. You unlock a horse that makes traveling a lot easier. That map looks very weak, but it turns out, I discovered later, you can actually pick up an item that is the actual map, and the map becomes a lot more readable. I'm just, the surprises this game has at every corner are just insane.
Yeah, and you can see that this game it's just shaping up to be very special when it comes to just finding out new stuff every corner you go. It's just insane. And as you said, keep in mind that this is a beta, so a lot of this can change. A lot of these enemy positioning can change. Maybe you don't get that boss fight at the beginning.
I will be pleasantly surprised if the first enemy you fight is that boss. But also keep in mind that this is open world now, so you can totally just walk around the boss and ignore him.
Yeah, we're just dumb. We saw a big ass boss fight. We knew we were under level, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna do this for an hour.
The backstabbing only works when you are in crouch. No, you can backstab like any souls. You can totally strafe in combat into a backstab animation. Totally. What else? Did I fight the weird dog boss? I don't know. Yes, I did. I was gonna show you that one next, but that's one of the caves, just like this one. You find a random ass cave out in the world, and it's like a mini dungeon with an actual boss fight at the end, and a cool ass reward.
Yeah, I don't know how many so far. We have only seen very different enemies. I don't know how many of them are going to be recycled or not when it comes to unique boss fights. But so far, they are so different from anything Souls related that. It's impressive so
I didn't
far.
see a single duplicate moveset. A single one. And not only that, the movesets are unique, but they're also so fucking cool. Every boss fight, it didn't feel like Dark Souls 2, you know? Where it's like, okay, they have unique movesets technically, but you block and attack. That's it. No, they have unique gimmicks. I had to use very different strategies for each one of them.
And the fact that we played so differently against the first boss is just a good example, because you stood to the left side and I went to the right side, trying to avoid different attacks. It's just great, man. And they're very unpredictable. Like the enemies are very, I think even more than Bloodborne, the enemies here are fast and predictable, and sometimes they even delay their it's weird and awesome.
Yeah. Alrighty, thank you so much for the Prime. Any new stats you could see? Well, the stats have different names, but it's pretty much what you would expect from usual Souls. So
yeah.
No, not really. I wouldn't say there's new stats. It's just maybe a rebranding of stats.
Yeah, what they usually do, they call it, you don't get souls in this game, you get...
There's a lot of other abilities, though, that could be influenced by those stats, like the summoning the little creatures. We saw that in the trailer they put out, the gameplay showcase, where you summon these little ghost guys. Like, that's not tied to any archetype. That spends your mana, and there's a mana requirement for each one of them. But pretty much any class can summon them if they want to. Arcane is for sorceries, right? I think so.
You have vigor, mind, endurance, strength, dexterity, intelligence, faith, and arcane. There's usually like also hidden stats that they don't show you, so there could be more, and there are more. Poise,
Arcane is not new. Arcane comes. I mean, technically, you could call it new for Dark Souls, but there's Arcane in Bloodborne. Am I wrong? I think that's Arcane.
No, you're not wrong, but I think Arcane was Faith in Bloodborne. I might be wrong.
Oh, okay. So they're having both now. Okay.
Yeah. Arcane was like the whenever you use those abilities from whatever they were called.
Yeah.
I forgot the names.
If I had to sum up this game, guys, as far as feel goes, it feels very Dark Souls 3. But it has a lot more Sekiro than I was expecting. With a jump button, with jumping attacks, with stealth. A lot more Sekiro than I was expecting. And then you're dropped into a Breath of the Wild-like exploration type of open world. That's the most straightforward way I can summarize this for you. And the feeling of discovery, the way they populated that world is so far on the level of Breath of the Wild. It is crazy, crazy good. Like, just secrets and things to discover that are placed in the world and with no explanation, and you just gotta go out there and figure it out.
In terms of like boss design and even like moveset, I'm getting a lot of both Bloodborne and Sekiro vibes. Even the animation itself.
So I didn't get as much Bloodborne from it. Like that's the.
For me, it's these two bosses that you just fought. For me, that was totally Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, yeah. On-boss movesets, okay, I can see it.
Moveset, the design as well. Mm-hmm. The other though, the horse guy, totally seems like a Sekiro boss fight. The way
100%. It's the horse guy from Sekiro, but he has a different weapon, and my god, that horse is buff.
And the animations too, like the animations, the way they move, I think they definitely improved. They're more. They seem more natural. It's so awesome, man.
Yeah. How was the personalization of the characters? Same as other Souls with pre-builds. So yeah, we had like 6 pre-builds to choose from, and all we could do from that point was level up once you unlock level up, which is not until a little bit into the game. If you follow the main path, I would. If you guys get into the closed network beta, follow the main path until you have the horse. Don't explore before that. That was a big mistake I made. Follow the main path until you unlock the horse. You will also unlock leveling up. And from there, you start exploring. It's a lot more pleasant with the horse, for sure.
Or not. Or just kill everyone at level 1, like we did. You can do that too. By the way, and this is a very personal anecdote, the first thing that I killed was a deer. And that was a mistake. That was not intentional. The deer put himself between me and the boss fight.
Oh,
and
no.
I swinged at the boss fight, and the deer was just in the middle, and I killed it. I was like, come on, man. This is my first kill in Elden Ring. I don't like this.
Do you have to get permission from Bandai to stream this? No, go ahead. Just stream whatever you want. You don't have the game, but yeah, we needed permission from Bandai to get access to the beta, and now we are following their rule sets, which is 30 minutes of gameplay today. So we're done. On Friday, there will be more.
Oh, by the way, soundtrack. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
I don't need to say anything else. Just goddamn. It's fantastic.
I will say the one thing that I don't like about Elden Ring is that I don't want to explore something, discover it, and then have to start over because it wasn't the final game. So I don't want to play this game anymore. We already have access to the closed network test that's going to happen next week, and like I don't want to jump in. I'm done. I'm done. Like I want to see that stuff in the final game, and that's it. I don't want to play it anymore.
It's two negative things about this is some of the frame dips that happened, which were not that serious, but when they happened, it was a lot.
Yeah.
And the other negative is I don't want to play this. Give me the game. Give me the game. I want to play the game.
Yeah, this is a take my money kind of deal. This is far surpassing any expectations I had. Like they pulled off open world in a way like this is the first time FromSoft is doing open world. And it's crazy how well they pulled it off. How well they reward exploration, how well they populated that world. It's insane. I will be surprised if there's a better game next year.
Yeah, man, it's giving me that vibe. It's just like they picked everything that they learned so far from every type of game that they did, added the open world, and it seems like they're nailing every single thing about it. And don't get me wrong, we got those frame dips, and I think those frame dips are definitely going to be fixed because they are very rare and weird. Mm-hmm. So it's something that is very easily fixed. This game runs at 4K 60 frames. This game is beautiful. God damn, like
I mean, we weren't running it at 4K 60 frames and it was frame dipping. So
Sure.
And it's super random. It like I couldn't find the reason for it to frame it because it happened in dungeons, it happened in the open world, and it was always like I guess now it's a good time to frame dip. It was weird. I didn't find any cause. You know,
it's not very specific for me. Specifically, it happened once or twice when I was fighting the boss, like one of the big moves, and I said, okay, this is I can see it here. But apart from that, it was very random. Yes.
Yeah, it's a hiccup. It's exactly that. It's a hiccup. That's what it feels like. Like it hiccups, freezes, but like it's like the game didn't stop and then resume. No, the game kept going. You just didn't see it go. So like it's frame skipping. It's scary.
But by the way, I was running the game at 4K because I was playing through the capture card.
Okay, I wasn't. Yeah, okay.
with a 4K display. So the game was running at 4K, 60 frames per second, quite stably. But then, it just happened that it had some frame dips.
Yeah. And that's Elden Ring. Very excited to see. I'm not even excited to see it. I just want to play it at this point. I'm completely sold. 100%. I'm in.
I think we were already, but it went further. It just went further.
Absolutely.